We're going to shift gears a little bit and talk about our statewide ticket. And the first person I'm going to introduce to you is a lawyer. And after this week, we know how important the law is. We should have known it all along, but if anything drove home the importance of the law and lawyers, is the drama at the Supreme Court this week. I have been on the campaign trail with this man for, I guess, a few months now, and what I tell people is that it's personal. I need him to be our next Attorney General. I need, because you all place demands on me and on Saslaw and on the Senate Democrats and the House Democrats, and we need to get politics out of the Attorney General's office. We need at the head of a people's law firm a person who has a passion for the law, an understanding for the law, and one who shares our values. And this year, we have found the perfect person to do that. The senior senator from Loudoun, my friend, and the next Attorney General,
Good morning, and it is so great to be here. I can't tell you how honored and proud I am. I can't tell you how honored and proud I am to be the Democratic nominee for Attorney General and to be the person who's going to replace our current Attorney General, Ken Cuccinelli. And I want to thank all of you for all the hard work that you put in toward advancing the rights of LGBT Virginians, and it's great to be here this morning as we continue to celebrate a wonderful victory in the Supreme Court. And Senator Kaine was exactly right about, yeah, it is a great celebration, but as Virginians, we know we still have a lot of work to do. And it's hard for me also to think back, you know, as great a victory as the Supreme Court was, as much of a step toward a more equal and a more inclusive nation that it has taken us. We've got a lot more work to do in Virginia, and it reminds me a little bit about when I first started thinking about running for Attorney General. And it wasn't long after Ken Cuccinelli took office, and he issued an opinion that said the boards of visitors Virginia colleges and universities did not have the authority to include sexual orientation as a part of their non-discrimination policies. And I remember reading that thinking, well, that's not what the law is. And I read his opinion, and I'm not sure if in this particular opinion or press release or something, but I remember seeing that he was saying, well, you may disagree with the policy, but I'm just telling you what the law is. When I knew that wasn't what the law was. It was just what he said the law was in order to try to impose a policy on Virginians that was decidedly anti-LGBT and advance his personal mission on that issue. And over, I saw that that became a pattern for him. And that time and time again, he would misstate the law or manipulate it and twist it in order to get to a policy position that was way outside the mainstream and impose that on Virginians. And that's an abuse of the powers of the office. And so it's a reminder of just how important the office is. And I guess, you know, if we can thank Ken Cuccinelli for something, and not everybody knows exactly what the Attorney General does, but now thanks to him, everybody knows how important. And I was real proud that my first policy rollout as an Attorney General candidate was an equality agenda. And several of you in this room were real helpful in helping me put that together. I was real proud that was my first policy rollout. You stood with me when I rolled it out. And it had three main pillars. First, ending discrimination in state and local government. Second, protecting children and ensuring safe schools. And third, promoting strong families. The policy is two pages long, so it's too long to go into this morning, but I'll just tell you a couple of key components because it will show you what a difference it will make to have an Attorney General like me in office. So on day one, I will reverse that opinion about college education. I will also issue an opinion that will provide our next governor, Terry McAuliffe, with the authority as the Chief Personnel Officer to end discrimination in state and local government for all reasons, including sexual orientation. And I will use the visibility of the office and use the office as a bully pulpit to campaign and work with you to repeal the Marshall-Newman Amendment. So we've got a lot of work to do, and I can't tell you how proud I am to be on the ticket with Terry and with Ralph. Terry talks a lot about the coordinated campaign, and everything that I see is that's coming together. I am really pleased to see the coordinated campaign offices opening up all over the state. We are working together. Can you compare that to the other side? I mean, you don't ever see them together. But yet on the issues, though, on the issues, they're all together. And we had our first debate. I'll just share this real quick. We had our first debate. Mark Overchain continued to reaffirm his support for inequality in our Constitution and reaffirm his opposition to repealing the Marshall-Newman Amendment. He was a supporter of the effort to enshrine discrimination in our code in foster and adoption care, and the so-called conscience clause, which I refer to as the no conscience clause. So, we've got a lot of work to do. The contrast could not be brighter, but I am really optimistic. I know with your hard work, your energy, your enthusiasm, we're going to come out on top. I'm convinced Virginia's turned a corner, and we're going to win in November. Thank you for all your